Yeah, so now you know what the result of this is. I'm going to be a lot louder than you.
Well, isn't that what everybody wants?
No. All right, let's see how we look.
Hello, Logan.
Terrible, terrible. Like, what am I going to do with the right side of my hair? I should just shave it off. I should just shave off the hair on the right side of my head. I absolutely hate it.
I would say I support all your decisions, but
Ooh.
I'm just going to say think long and hard about that.
That's Hawaiian. What does uananinaya mean?
It's beautiful.
Oh. Was the perfective marker.
Oh, Logan, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Oh, jeez.
More like LangTime Studio, yes! Yeah, Ragdoll's saying no, don't shave it. Don't. Just don't.
It's no good. No good. Okay, so anyway, what was the relevant thing? Oh yeah, so we've switched sides here because the whole mouse thing last time was just an unbelievable debacle. And so now I'm going to be mousing on the right side and sitting on the right side, which means that when I turn this way, you get to see my bad side. And I know it's my bad side because it looks terrible, and Jesse has confirmed it. It is absolutely my bad side.
It doesn't look terrible.
It looks
I'm just saying
terrible.
that when you look at pictures taken from one side versus the other, there is a difference. So I see that.
Yeah, no, it's a real awful difference.
I would like to back up and say, I think you look good from both sides.
Well, that's nice to say.
And so, spaghetti, meatballs, and garlic bread. Hello.
Yeah, so we have a couple of announcements today. The first of which is that Vincent now has his name written on there. And so now we know that Vincent Van Gogh is indeed Vincent. Hey, Graham.
Indeed. And this is how David feels about the microphone situation. It's not working the way it's supposed to, and he roughly sounded like Vincent right before I said, hey, I'm hitting go live right now, and he sat down and went fine.
Yeah, look, there's a thing on here that's supposed to, so like there's this arm, right, that I got so that this thing would float. Sorry about that. It would float up here, above us and away from the computer. And so like there's a thing that like tightens it. And no matter how much you tighten it, it seems to be doing absolutely nothing at all. Like at all. And so it just, you put it up here, you tighten it and tighten it and tighten it as hard as you can. And then it goes...
Like it's that. Just having a slow day.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us.
Okay, so that was one announcement.
Yes.
And then what about our carpet?
Well, we did have a carpet last week, but we had just gotten it. But now it's been flipped over, flattened.
No, it's nice.
And we're really, really hoping that helps with a tiny bit of the reverberation. Step by step, we're trying to fill it out to like make it a little bit better sound-wise. And so that is another one.
Yeah.
That's a lovely name.
Couldn't it also mean that Nana used to be beautiful? No, wait, I'm sorry. Naya used to be beautiful. I don't know how it was used exactly, but that's cool.
So that was an announcement?
Yes.
But then there's also a bigger announcement.
Yes.
And that is one that the patrons already know if they've read their emails / looked at Patreon / went on Discord. And that's that we have added merchandise. We're starting with stickers. And so at the...
where is it? Oh, I'm sorry. That's our live stream. Here we go. Oh, wait. Well, actually, first, by the way, patron live stream is this Saturday.
Yes.
And as a reminder for those who are not patrons, if you join as a member via YouTube, you can also watch the patron live stream. But when we said stickers, no, we didn't mean. Oh, I see los stickers, but no, we didn't mean e-stickers. These are actual stickers that you will be getting in the mail. Hooray. And so this is one of them.
And so this one will go to our consultant and conspirators after 3 months of pledges. And that includes, like, if you're a current pledger, then in 3 months from now, as long as you don't drop your tier, then you will get the sticker in the mail. And so that is for consultant conspirators. And then did you upload the one for the conspirator tier?
You bet I did.
There we go. There's our conspirator sticker. You'll get an Oze Yamosa sticker in the mail if you are a conspirator for 3 months. So in other words, conspirators in 3 months, you'll get both stickers in the mail. And what that means, though, is that you need to make sure that your mailing address is correct in your Patreon account. Otherwise, they can't ship it to you. And so if you choose to opt out of receiving the stickers, that's absolutely fine. And you can opt out of merchandise in your account. But if you want the stickers, like I totally want them, then you need to make sure that your mailing address is updated. So that way these actually show up to the right place.
And to make that maximally clear, your snail mail address.
Yes, because these are actual physical stickers that you can, put on a water bottle or notebook or whatever. So, like, they're actually going to be stickers, and the full sheet is what, like a 4x4? Like the full sheet that the sticker will come in, so the sticker will be slightly smaller than that.
I think so.
And so it'll be like a nice size sticker that you can put on something fun. And so that's our first dipping our toes into merchandise.
Yeah.
And we're pretty excited about it. And so yeah.
Yeah, but also I don't know how we get one of these.
I know, like I'm really kind of sad. Like, wait, when am I going to get a sticker? I guess we need to like patronize ourselves.
I think that like there might have been an email that we could send and say we wanted samples, but I don't know if they would give one for each of us. Probably just one each. But also,
okay, well the Oze Yamosa is mine.
Okay, fine. But also though, like the way that this works is in some ways it works very cool. In some ways it's very counterintuitive. So the nice thing is that they produce these and mail them off. But the weird thing is that, like, I believe the way it works is if you are a conspirator for 3 months, you'll get both stickers. But then if you drop down to the consultant level for 3 months, you get another LangTime Studio sticker. I think that's how it works. Like, they don't understand, like, that you've already...
Well, I mean, but then again, not all creators give the same merchandise on every tier.
Yeah.
We just wanted our conspirators to have access to both of the stickers that we had.
Because it doesn't seem fair. Like,
right.
Why would you not get it just, I don't know. It seems like they do all the other things so that like the lower tiers get everything, or the upper tiers get everything in the lower tiers, but not this. And also like they charge us for these. And so that's why there's like these things set in place. And it makes sense the way they do it, but... Anyway.
But the point is, you won't be charged for them.
Yeah.
That's all on our end. This is just something that you are going to get in the mail if you are at that level for 3 months. And we have researched, and it applies to anyone who is an annual patron as well. And so, like, if you paid for an annual, it's going to count in 3 months. It's going to consider you as having paid for 3 months, even though you did it as an annual subscription. So... that's good too, because that was another one of our concerns was, we're really concerned about people getting, punished for having signed up for something. So we wanted to make sure all of our longtime patrons are rewarded.
Yeah. And, but the weird thing is like, they still make you wait 3 months.
Yeah, we
So
wanted
weird.
to have it be like a retroactive thing, but that is apparently not an option, which I understand why, and it's because of the way they do it financially, because at any point we could have withdrawn all the funds, thus not being able to pay for the merch. And so like it makes sense financially, it's just frustrating when what we really wanted to do was just be like, oh, if you've been a patron for this long, here's your reward. Gotta wait for 3 months.
Yeah. And what game? We all want to know what game, Anime Fan. What game were you playing?
Definitely. I'm really excited about this Ozyumosis sticker.
Yeah. Okay. So then, so next, why don't we do this first?
Okay, so yeah, we had a name poll. You can kind of see, I mean, you can obviously, you've got it pulled up, you can see the results. But we had 6 suggestions for what Jesse would mean and 5 for David. And yours actually got closer than mine did on 2 of the votes, although mine had some close ones. But some suggestions. Are we going to go ahead and just like announce winners? Is that are we just deciding?
Might as well, because I'm now looking up this game. Oh,
we have lost David. So I'm going to start with my name because I'm me. And the 2 that received the fewest votes were a noun meaning rope, teacher, guide. With the idea being that initially teaching people would come from like leading them, like from a rope style. And so that one, and then spool of thread, which quite frankly, spool of thread, I was like, that is just darling.
Yeah.
But my name won't mean that. But we need a spool of thread somewhere. Just above that, we have a bunch bundle, like whether it's of straw, hay, or grass, which I really appreciated the nod to my country roots. And I was just imagining this cute little mouse in a straw hat chewing on a piece of straw. And so like that one really caught my fancy. Above that is to gather to form a majority, which is really connected with the one that got the most votes anyway. Above that was a verb meaning to draw, which I was like, "Aw, yay!" Okay, but the winner for mine is again like this idea of to gather to form a majority. The winner is consensus of a committee, or consensus, like agreement, consensus, and then like that side note of being like of a committee. So that was mine. For David, there was a suggestion that his name just mean like any language that's not the mouse language. Above that was goat, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah.
But it didn't receive as many votes. But I thought that was a really, really funny suggestion. Another really funny one was to jump with an alternate like extension to mean to skip the vowel. I giggled when I typed that one. And then one that like actually almost took over as the lead was mushroom, which would be extended to mean umbrella.
I liked it too.
I noticed. So that one got really close, but the highest was dissension.
Yeah, so this was this was a joint one. It was the first suggestion, and it really kind of knocked it out of the park there. Because of, I guess, our natures.
And so Dark Horse, yeah, we had said it could be a multi-week, but based on the number of votes, we actually had quite a few votes.
Yeah,
so
kind of settled in. So we're gonna stick with that, and we'll figure out exactly how these are gonna mean what they mean. But we'll figure that out some way. Where should we stuff that?
Up in our word list, we've got a verb section, a noun section. I know my lexical categories. So those are unused roots at first. You just passed it right up. Is it not responding quickly?
Yeah.
So here's our little noun section. The other section of nouns below that is for ones that were extended into adjectives, so I'm keeping those separate. And then those are the verbs.
Should they be nouns though? Like.
So the way that they were listed in the comment was consensus and dissension, and so they were listed as nouns. However, if we wanted to instead have them be verbs, meaning like.
Should that just be dissent?
That's a really good question.
Kind of thought so.
I think. Yeah. Can we say dissension?
Maybe.
Yeah. Dissension, disagreement that leads to discord, whereas dissent is just like expression or holding of opinions at variance with those previously or commonly held.
Oh, sorry. Well, let me see how these
So
were
do you
spelled.
want to?
Consensus.
Do we need David to be like Discord?
Discord. Oh my.
You've never been so happy for your name to mean something not necessarily. And in case anyone's like, why did they just get really excited? It's because we really enjoy the Discord platform where we've got our growing.
Yeah. There was also a second layer for me, of course, because in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, there's the character of Discord who is voiced by the guy who did the voice of Q in Star Trek The Next Generation, and the character was actually based on his character from Star Trek The Next Generation.
Nice.
And of course that character was based on a character from Murder, She Wrote, I contend, when he played an art thief.
So I was thinking too, like consensus/agreement. Is that another potential? Oh, Concord. Yes. Yep. There we go. Had to do it. I like it.
John Delancey, yes.
And so, yay. So Dark Horse, I see your comment to like maybe have Spool of Thread still meaning teacher.
There wasn't an idea for Spool of Thread meaning teacher. Those were just separate things.
Right. I think it's connected to the idea that rope could mean teacher, Spool of Thread teacher. Probably we may go a different direction there. So yeah, nice.
Okay, cool. All right, so then, good. All right.
Cotton candy clouds come with chocolate rain. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds very evocative.
I'm sorry, it's from My Little Pony.
Okay.
And also,
I was like, that's very evocative.
This is about Monopoly. But do you know the history of Monopoly, the game, incidentally?
I mean, I know it's a game, and I've played it many times. I don't know.
Well, the woman who created it, she created it to basically show why income inequality was bad.
Oh.
And to show why, the type of property ownership that was going on would basically just lead to, total income inequality.
Mass poverty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the point.
So the lesson did not get learned by certain people?
It was purchased by somebody else or redone, and then the point was kind of lost along the way. Was it? Wait. Was Cotton Candy Clouds from Chocolate Rain the song? Chocolate Rain. Okay. All right.
All right, so mouse name poll.
Mouse name poll. And so now the poll.
The poll.
I can't believe, with the examples, but whatever, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Ali makes a good point. I think the only way I've ever actually finished the Monopoly game, one, sometimes you're just, I have finished where I just managed to get a hotel on Boardwalk and somebody landed on it and it ended the game really quickly. But the number of games I've sabotaged myself because I was like, I just want this game to be done. As a side note, the only version of Monopoly that I actually enjoy playing and would play and legit enjoy the entire experience was Phineas and Ferb Monopoly. And that was a lot of fun. I always wanted the Doofenshmirtz properties. But that's neither here nor there. What is here and there is yes, no questions. And we did 5 different options. One is that there's just no marking at all. As a side note, everybody did not like that.
Yeah, let's...
nobody liked that.
Let me pull up the examples so I can show you exactly what happened. So yeah, no marking, of course, was that this is a question, this is a statement. And one of the things we pointed out with no...
give away some of the...
Yeah, with no overt marking and a language that is a tonal language, it would be much more difficult to indicate. And so, yeah, it makes sense that one had no votes. Now, the next two...
So the next two were actually the two I was most excited about.
Me
where
too.
we would have a word Whether it would be used as an initial question marker or a final question marker, one way or another, it would be its own word to just say, like, pop onto a sentence and say, like, now it's a question. And so the first one is like by the sun, where it's like basically a way of saying, like, is it true? Because the sun is like constant. This was my favorite, by the way. I really wanted by the sun to win.
So did
I. Nipa. Nipa is not going to be our question word. It did not. It's, in fact, in fourth place.
Yep. Jeez.
Okay. In third place was my second favorite, which was by you. You know, in other words, saying like, hey, according to you, this is happening. Again, a way of saying that. And what I liked about this one was that there were actually specifications that could be made depending on whether they're speaking to one mouse or asking a group of mice. And so the audience could be specified in this question marker in terms of like whether I'm asking the entire committee or whether I'm looking at one person and it's like, I just want to know according to you, not the rest of them. So I thought that was really cool. And so the markers would have been ngapa, ngeswapa, and ngehupa. And no.
Yep.
No. So now we get to the last two. And no marking was my least favorite. So my least favorite was knocked out there. Really just because it's a tonal language. And I was like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
But the last two were the two that got the most support and votes. Inversion, which I apologize because I'm the one who was like, hey, we could do inversion.
Yeah. I really didn't like that one, and I thought it was going to win at first. I thought it was slightly problematic given the gigantic verbs that we were going to end up having. But I did give some examples saying, you know, chiki, the mouse is sliding. Chiki. I double ejected there, sorry. And chiki. There we go. Is the mouse sliding? And then if it was just a verb, you know, waji, it is sliding, then there's nothing to invert, so you basically throw in a dummy pronoun. So waji wa.
By the way, one really cool idea, and this is for like somebody else. Thank you, Cupcake Parade. This, you know, for other people who are conlanging and trying to decide on yes/no questions. One cool idea that David had said that wasn't a part of this poll, but was that with that wa being used at the end of questions, perhaps a lot, because, you know, it's like something like wajiwa would just be used a lot with that wa, that eventually that final wa would get reanalyzed as the question marker, and then inversion would be gone. It would just be like chukijiwa, and like it would end up being reanalyzed as the actual question particle. And I thought that was like actually a really cool idea, and I was kind of supporting inversion just because I was like, oh my gosh, we could bring this up and see if we could get support for it and just have wa as a question marker.
That would be cool.
And I thought that would be a really cute short question marker that you just tossed on the end of sentences. And so I thought that would be really cool.
Oh, believe me, it's hard not to eject multiple things in a row. But this is kind of like what happened with English, where English used to have inversion of everything, right? So like, you know, I don't know, you know, went you to market yesterday, but
ate you dinner.
But then after a while, it was like, it's a little much, and so we only invert auxiliaries. And if there isn't an auxiliary, that's where do support comes from. So with any verb that's not an inverting one, you throw in do and invert that. This is kind of our version of, or would have been our version of that.
One exception is the be verb.
Well, yeah.
Because that's not an auxiliary, but it gets inverted. Like, are you happy?
Yeah, but I mean, it is an auxiliary though. Well, I guess.
But it's a main verb there. Otherwise, have shouldn't need do support because have is also an auxiliary.
Right. Have you any apples today? But we don't even do that really.
Sorry, all I could think was black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, yes, sir. You ran wool. Okay.
Why is he asking the sheep for wool? Like, the sheep is just shearing itself and collecting it to sell its own wool?
Oh my God, could Could you imagine a sheep just kind of doing this little shimmy thing and then the wool falling off? Okay, anyway.
Wait, have you seen the Boundin', the Pixar short?
No.
We're going to watch that afterwards.
Okay, so Inversion lost. It came in second place.
How close was it?
3 votes.
Wow.
The winner, by a small margin, was our least favorite. By no marking. It was like no marking and then opposite polarity, mainly because it's like, oh my God, this is going to get intense. And so it's going to require flipping polarity of the main verb to directly follow it. So, chikiji, neji is the mouse sliding.
Yeah.
And it would be opposite going the other direction.
Yeah, so chiki. This is so hard since I have to pronounce that stupid vowel, which obviously should be elided. Thank you very much. Chiki ngeji. The mouse isn't sliding. Chiki ngeji. Isn't the mouse sliding? So that's a negative question. And then we have for positive, chikiji. The mouse is sliding. Chikiji ngeji. Chikiji ngeji. Is the mouse sliding? I think it's a little sing-songy myself, but we can get used to it.
We will.
Yeah.
We will.
Yeah, we'll get used to it.
Okay, so Jonathan, it was just our least favorite after actually writing the examples. Theoretically, we really liked the idea.
Yeah.
It was just that the forms, and especially as we were trying out, because, even though these were the examples we put up, we were trying it out with a lot of different verb forms, and it just wasn't as elegant in full form as we would have wanted. And a big part of that is just how this language works, with negation and everything. And so it just was not our favorite because of how it actually played out. Again, theoretically, we really liked the idea, and if the language had some different features, I probably would have thought this was actually one of my favorite.
Yeah. So to answer Zachary's question, because this is something that I wrote in the example, that is...
we figured that out real quick.
Yeah, so we're going to stay agnostic as to how much needs to be in the second verb. And so it could be the case that all that gets reduplicated is the root, so it's just the bare root in negation. But I think that what makes the most sense is that, let's say that that's the basic, but that mice have the option of copying the whole thing and negating it, or reversing the polarity of it for pragmatic or discourse reasons. And the way I could see it, it would be like for maximum specificity, or to indicate to somebody that maybe you're not happy about it. So it's like, are you eating or not is one thing, right? But are you eating or are you not eating is quite another thing, right? And so it could be the type of things where, used in debate.
Right.
You have this gigantic verb and then repeat the whole thing with opposite polarity to kind of really drive home your point. So, I don't know.
Also, it could be like, being able to specify that what you're really questioning is if the mouse is sliding. Like, someone is sliding, so it's not, is the mouse sliding as in, no, the mouse is actually spinning. It's, no, the dog is the one sliding, not the mouse. You can make it very specific with like what part is being questioned.
Yeah, you could you could really just repeat the whole thing. So, but yeah, I think that I don't see any reason not to do the most basic form, not to allow it and say that, no, it has to be the exact same conjugation. I kind of like it because that it's at its most lightweight. So we can start with that.
Mm-hmm. Then we can go from there. So that is our yes/no question strategy.
Okay. Bibleridian texted me today. He said that he wasn't going to be able to be here. His other job is he runs a go-kart course, and a lot of people called in sick, and so he's going to have to run the go-karts himself. So that's really a shame. He wanted to be here, I know, but live and learn. That's why you don't purchase a golf cart course. I'm sorry, a go-kart course and a golf cart course. Okay.
Is that run out of the lighthouse?
Oh, I mean, that's where he lives. Because that's the thing. He's got to get in the boat and go all the way to shore and, hire a car since he doesn't maintain one. And then, go into his go-kart course and set it up. And he also really doesn't like confrontation. He doesn't like throwing people off when they break the rules of the go-kart course. And so, it really gets on his nerves because, some rowdy kids come in and do what they will, and he has to say, please, I'm so sorry, but we've broken the rules, and it appears that, you're just going to have to, I'm afraid I cannot let you continue today too, please. And by that time, they've stolen everything out of the cash
Miles makes
register.
a good point that go-karts and golf courses, mini golf courses, usually go together, so.
Yeah. I've always found that
go-karts ran on gas now.
there are plenty of places that are just mini golf, and there are fewer places that are just go-kart. But when you do go to the ones that are just go-kart, there's some good
Intense.
stuff there. Yeah.
Oh, and batting cages.
Yep.
Sometimes you just get batting cages.
Okay.
To Fordham. Oh.
I know what I'm doing.
Oh.
Okay, form a yes/no question in Mokrotiji. A giant golf.
I'm just imagining you're standing there like little ants with the giant golf hole, and you're trying to hit this huge golf ball and
you
push
have to
it
get
in.
together to push it.
Yes, Dark Horse. That's exactly what was coming up. That's amazing.
What if they had bowling that was like mini golf? So you actually had bowling balls, but they were doing all these kinds of crazy things. Wow, people could get hurt, huh?
Yeah, no. Let's not suggest that.
They didn't do that.
Let's instead write about these yes/no questions.
Okay, we'll do that. But also, I've never understood why there weren't, more, there wasn't competitive mini golf teams. That wasn't taken as a serious sport, you form mini golf teams and you compete against each other. That could be really cool. There was once a television show that, believe it or not, Steph Curry hosted. But
look, Bib found some free time amidst all the go-karting.
I've been kicked off one go-kart course, and I was given a warning on another one.
Oh my gosh. Golf when you're in an inflatable hamster ball. That would actually be kind of fun.
Ooh.
Until you hit a hill or, one of the sand pits.
Yeah. Fungbei, there are a bunch of subordination constructions that don't have a dedicated complementizer. Well, I mean, neither does English, right?
Glad you could join us, Bib.
I'm glad you could take a break, given that there's nobody to cover for you.
Especially at this late at night, isn't it? I guess, 8 o'clock there or something? Or 9? 6
Where?
hours? Where he is? No, 10 o'clock?
I assume he's in Omaha, Nebraska. Okay. Let's play.
To form.
To form a yes/no question, and what with these? One repeats the matrix verb with the opposite polarity.
I like how it just looks when it's suddenly italics. This font looks very good in italic, by the way.
Thank you. That's why it's my favorite. It's the matrix verb with the opposite polarity. It displays in the matrix clause. This means both positive and negative yes/no questions can be formed. One simply uses the bare root form of the verb in the opposite polarity, though one may repeat more should one so desire. Some instructive examples have been lovingly provided for you below.
I'm glad it's lovingly. Okay, so it's 10:30 in Scotland. Thank you, Rafio. Because it's almost midnight in Germany. Man, hats off to you for being able to stay awake. So Zachary asked a question. Would the pitch change in a polar question be maintained as the language became tonal so that the reduplicated verb doesn't have its natural tone but a polar question tone per se?
I'm going to say no. But also, like, remember that the tone of the repeated verb is always going to be opposite, because that was how negation works, right? Unless it ends in a vowel, and it's no, because if it ends in a vowel, it's going to be high. So yeah, no, it's always going to be opposite.
I was laughing, by the way. Whenever I laughed, if you saw my spirited face, it's because Cupcake Parade once played indoor croquet because there was an apartment floorboard so loose they could set up the wickets and actually play croquet inside the apartment above a donut shop. And like that was just delighting me.
Wow. And so that's one way to get back at the donut shop. Did you ever get free donuts? Did you ever get free donuts? I feel like if you lived above a donut shop, you should get free donuts.
All right, so we can include the example from Patreon, of course.
Yeah.
The slide and isn't the mouse sliding.
Let's see. Start here. Okay, so we'll do positive. What's the opposite of questiony? Statement-y?
Declarative.
Positive declarative. Is this right?
I mean, declarative is how you say
positive and then we have
positive interrogative. So you could also just say positive statement and positive question if you don't want to use declarative and interrogative.
Hold on a sec. I think I want to do this differently. I want to do this. We have a little spot for. Here we're going to do positive. And then we have Stetsmonds.
Ooh, a rooftop open. That sounds fun.
And I'm going to get rid of the bullets.
I'm sorry, Mateus. There will be no more talk of donuts in support of Mateus.
What's he need? Oh, well, let's talk about this. I don't like donuts. Like, I really don't like them, and I've never liked them, because I feel like when you bite into a donut, there's a fine coating of wax that goes all over your mouth, and it's disgusting, and I hate it.
I like how I'm like, we will not talk about donuts anymore, and you're like...
I'm just talking about how they're bad.
Okay, there we go. So, Mateus, think about how much David hates them every time you see one. That's totally going to help, I think.
And it's just eating them that I hate. What I really enjoy is how they look. I think they're very pretty.
I think what Freddie is meaning is if we used everyday language as opposed to fancy words.
Infixation for adjectives. David with yet another food opinion that makes me question the quality of food in his life.
Hey now, Jake. Since I am supplying some of that food in his life, I gotta say the food in his life is stellar.
We don't talk about donuts.
Also, apparently Encanto is, strong in his life.
All right, let's see
Let's
here.
pull these.
Okay, the mouse is sliding. Chikiji. So.
Yeah, don't forget that adjective.
Okay. The mouse is sliding.
Indeed. By the way, I had so much fun drawing that little mouse drawing for yesterday's Instagram. And in it, you'll see a mouse maybe sliding, maybe falling, maybe spinning. We don't know. We don't know. But I had a lot of fun drawing that picture.
Make sure I got that right. Nishi. Yes. Nishi. Okay.
Well, Jake, you'll see a dessert that he has recently been introduced to that he rather likes. Well, you'll hear about it in the podcast when that's released, which that's another announcement that will be released in 4 days.
4 days.
And then when the video is released much later, you can actually see it.
Nope. And definitely no on that. There we go. Okay. And now we have...
Ooh, Minnie has Kopiko today. Nice.
Dopico.
Oh, do you just like all donuts or just a certain type?
Like I like all of them in theory, but it's just that thing that they do.
Minnie, no, Kopiko has not happened yet.
Isn't the mouse sliding? Okay. So can we do a more complex sentence? Just to show as an example.
Definitely can. Like, how complex do you mean? For instance, I recently wrote a sentence for an Instagram drawing that was, I thought, rather complex. Did you want to go that complex?
No. It was complex in one way, but not in the way that I want.
Okay, what?
One predicate with multiple thingies on it. So like a bunch of these. Let's do a bunch of these. So like, he was quietly eating something the way that we always have.
Gotcha. As a side note, Bib has a question for you about the sound change in Low Valerian that got rid of the extra R's.
Oh, it was, disharmony. Wait, is that how, not disharmony, dissimulation. It was dissimulation. So, what's an example of something in English that has like CR, vowel, CR, something like that? It would be like if there was a word such as property, but there isn't.
Propriety?
Propriety. So, if there were the High Valerian word propriety, in Low Valerian it would be propriety. Basically, the R got kept when there was stress, and then it got dropped in the syllable that didn't have stress.
I wish English had done that. We've got way too many R's.
Yeah, propriety. Who wants to say that, ever? Ugh.
You know what else should get dropped? If there's ever a W and an R in the same word, it needs to go. They should assimilate.
What, like wiring?
Yeah. Why not just wiring? Exactly.
Oh my god.
That's what English needs to do.
Mm.
Okay. So we want
So just a few of these, you know what I'm saying?
well, why don't you just pull one of these that we have and then we'll add another one to it.
Okay.
I ate it reverently, But I think we should also say on accident.
Yeah. So let's do we. Okay. So no. Okay. So that's we ate it on accident. Here, wait. Let me actually set this up. Here, let me just. I want one of those indented paragraphs that doesn't have a dot.
Oh, there's a lot of those up above with all the descriptions that we just kept adding. Like
yeah, there's one. There's one.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when there's too many R's.
Yeah.
We will pee you.
I mean, totally get that Brit Viridian. It's just. But yeah, that was happening a lot too in High Valyrian, just over R'd. And then like when I was getting to Low Valyrian, which I really wanted to speak a lot more quickly, I was like, this is too much. And I noticed myself just doing it on accident. Just like when I was pronouncing it, just getting rid of the R that wasn't stressed. And I was like, that sounds like a fun sound change. So I did it.
I think it's wonderful.
Yeah. Okay, so, okay. Here is an example of a more complex predicate. Note that there is a simple form of negation, though for discourse purposes. The full predicate may also be negated. Okay.
Do you need that example again? Or do you remember it?
No, I don't. So if you could...
And you were looking at that one. Okay, so...
Prerogative. And that's right. Well, that's more... I think that's more... it's not deletion. It's... metathesis. But yeah, that song, My Prerogative. Mm-hmm. It's my prerogative. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. He's not saying prerogative.
You do realize who really made that famous, though? With the Youngers.
What? Did somebody do a cover of it?
Britney Spears and her My Prerogative song. And that's where like all my students know about...
She did a cover of it?
Prerogative.
Like, did she do a cover of it? Or
I don't know if it's
song?
A different song altogether, but Britney Spears is like... Now I'm looking that up. I will let you know if it's a cover. Okay, so we ate it on accident. Was okay. He, low tone, high tone, me, yo, vous. No.
Okay.
We ate it on accident.
Okay, now let's do a couple of other things to it.
Well, what other, do we want to do it quickly, slowly, politely, sarcastically?
Dark Horse, it could be it could be either. It just depends how it's done. But like you absolutely could do a food language. But you could also just do a food code. Like it's not, it doesn't matter what you're using, it matters how you're using it.
It appears to be a remake of Bobby Brown.
Really?
It says other recordings of this song and it lists Bobby Brown, but like what's really funny is like that's how my students knew about it. And that's how they knew that word. They were like, oh, I know that word because of Brittany. Anyway. So, let's say, let's add in a hurry. Oh. Or are you just having fun? Let's add in a hurry.
Yeah.
In a hurry is going to be the adjective th low tone o. I don't know if you want it before the on accident or after the on accident.
Well, it depends. Do they eat it in an accident, in a hurry on accident, or on accident in a hurry?
On accident in a hurry.
Okay. Then it's going to come first.
it's going to appear between the me is the eat, the yo is the on accident. And so it's going to appear between a vowel and a consonant. Is that correct?
Wait, no, I think I got this wrong. Does it come in the same order? Shouldn't it come in backwards order because it's SOV? That's why I said it should come first.
But if we want to go closest to the verb root.
Yeah.
Because the verb root is actually the me. Everything else is adverb after it.
Right.
So the one that's more important to it should come closer to it, right?
You're right. Okay,
so it's going to be between, and that, so that means its form is going to be thob.
Thob, okay.
Low tone.
Low tone.
Mm-hmm. That's why I had to figure out where it was placed, because it would actually be like a different place. Okay, so is that complex enough, or do you need to also like have them eating it some other way?
Go to the bottom. Go to the bottom. Go to the bottom.
Traditionally?
Yeah, as we ate it on accident in a hurry, as we always do.
Okay. Musala. Although it's going to be musalab, which is going to take away the thob that I just gave you.
Yeah.
And that one's now going to be, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. It's going to be tho, low tone.
Okay.
And then musa, both high tones. La is low tone, but it's going to have a B in between the, yeah.
Got it. And can you get rid of that low tone there? That was an accident.
Oh, I sure can. How embarrassing.
Like always. Oh, wait, here we go. Per tradition.
You don't want an as per. As per tradition. Should make Asperger word. Oh, Mateus, those are only for the conspirator level. And so, yeah, that's for the PDFs.
Yeah.
In progress.
Somebody, by the way, did suggest as a possible paid perk getting signed copies of the grammars. I don't want them to be more complete. Like even Nangala, I'd like it to be more complete before like printing it out and doing that. But that's a possibility.
Okay, so we now have one crazy verb.
Okay, so that's going to go here, and then the verb is just me, right?
Yes.
So we need to figure out its negation.
And it's going to be, remember the protoform ends in a P, which may come into play. I'm going to say, crumb to eat.
Yeah.
Which is TS adjective, high tone U. So, tsumi.
Okay.
Oh, but then it's going to have the F at the end.
Yeah.
Which is going to bring it low tone. Tsumi.
Yeah.
I almost forgot about that.
Perfect. And then
oh my gosh, this is going to get insane.
okay, and then so now, and don't worry, I'll fix that spacing. I will. Okay. Now we need to figure out how to negate that.
Okay, so in our examples, because thu already is a form based on object negation.
T.
Sorry, Object incorporation.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And so
I said the wrong word as I was thinking. So when we do
out, right?
negation, it has to be a separate form, right? Like, because the to is going to take the object incorporation slot.
Yes. Oh God, what did I do? Oh no, what did I do? Oh no, what did I do? Okay, there we go. Got it.
But I'm thinking, no. Look at our... We have both the applicative and matrix verb may be negated separately within the same... And so the mouse doesn't slide without the dog. The only thing that isn't represented on the verb is the mouse. My goodness, we really need to gloss all these examples so that way we remember what all the pieces mean.
Mm.
Because now I got to go back and look at all of our different ways of negating. How are we negating slide? Oh, there's nye. Nye is the, like, doesn't slide a paw. But then...
But see, this isn't noun incorporation, that's agreement, right?
It is agreement, but...
Okay, go back up to the list. Let's see where negation is. You know,
it's either agreement or an incorporand. That's what we've got.
Here we go. Root derivation, and then we have aspect, reduplication, negation, evidentiality. So we don't have evidentiality in this one, so it's going to be negation coming at the very, very, very end. So we can at least take care of that. Let's take care of that right now. What's the no?
The vuno?
Yeah, like what's the last thing there? What's its protoform?
Oh, that's our tense. And those, I think we listed somewhere up here. Okay, or maybe we didn't. I thought we had our list. Oh, here we go. Woon is berry and at is day. Oh, the O. Where did the O come from?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Okay. Oh my goodness. No, is the has, so that comes from... What does it come from?
I don't know.
Oh, goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Wait.
Okay.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
It only shows up when it's plural, and wasn't there a special plural?
Perfect plural negative. So it's just we need the ununi. Yeah, because I mean that's the important part right there. So we have thovuno, and that's the vuno part. All right, that's the tho part. Vuno. Okay,
so
and this.
vununi.
Yeah, vununi. I don't know why it should be that. I just know it will be that.
It's that we had a... that's our reduplication to indicate plurality or pluractionality. So I think it's essentially woon.
Yeah. And then if at the end.
Yes.
Right, and then woon, of course, that's why it's vo, because the W becomes a V before U or O. UN resolves as a low tone, and then the U lowers before nasals, and so it's O.
Yes.
There we go. Wasn't so hard. Wasn't so hard.
In Minnie the Great Ball of Fire, it was, yes, hurriedly on accident, and as per tradition, since we often get lost in our languages.
And so then this part is, what's the negation for me? What did it end up being?
This was eating, su, because we didn't need a bite.
All right, so that's that. And now, so we just have to figure out this the part, because I don't think that we wanted to do that. I didn't think we wanted to have agreement when there was negation. Oh, wow. We don't talk about simio tomusa labuno. No.
So I thought that too, but maybe it's
all right.
Maybe it's special because it's no, I don't know.
All right. Well, let's go. Let's go take a look.
It's on page 25.
No reason to be afraid of it. This is the page 25 you are talking about.
Shoot. No, sorry. Page 26. That's where the negation starts.
I don't know. I think this is the important part right here.
Except, look at our actual examples. On page 26.
Yeah, but this isn't relevant. Like, there's no agreement at all in any of these sentences. So that's not relevant. I'm talking about the agreement. Because the agreement is different from the noun incorporation. It was older.
Okay.
And so here, it looks like what we've decided to allow is no agreement at all. Because we have it right there. We apparently decided to allow agreement if we wanted to in front of the negation. And here there is no agreement when both the nouns are present. And here, I don't eat the barley corn. I think the barley corn is being incorporated. Is that right?
Yeah, because the tsu is the negative.
No, this is oh, I'm sorry, this is I. This is agreement, but it's...
Because barley corn is sithini?
Yeah, but I think that's intransitive. That's intransitive. That's why it has the high tone. So it's like barley corn, I don't eat, not I, it don't eat.
Well, it's I a crumb don't eat. Or I a crumb eat.
Yes,
not.
Exactly. And the mouse doesn't eat the barley corn. We have this wa in here saying it was optional.
Yes, because wa is the agreement marker for object agreement without incorporating both subject and object. I think what we're saying is we won't allow full agreement. Because the subject object would be wo or wu, and I don't see that anywhere. The and wa are both how we do intransitive agreement, where you're only agreeing with one argument, I should say.
Mm-hmm. And so this is I, this is that agreement, and then there's the C. Or actually, is Sithi we should have done markedly. Yeah, Sithi is barley corn.
Yeah.
We should have done very different vowels and consonants because this is getting confusing. Basically, it doesn't allow you to do this. I, fully incorporated noun, negation.
So we can do the pronoun representing it as agreement. We just can't have the full noun
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's what this
Because
example
that's
is
what
showing
the
us.
wa is on that example.
Yeah, but again, it's intransitive. So that's the crucial part. It's absolutely has to be intransitive. So then let's go
Well, why didn't we include any examples of he ate it and he didn't eat it? Because that would actually be more instructive.
We did.
Did we?
Yeah, it's just it's I ate it.
We have an example of I didn't eat it somewhere?
It's right below, I thought.
Not on the list we were just on.
Okay, well, let me look at this here, because this has to be the
Okay, yeah, we don't have any negation where it's all pronouns.
Yeah, this is just okay. All right, that was page 25. Here we have I don't eat it right here. All pronouns.
Ah, thank you. I think we're okay.
Turns out I was right.
Yeah, don't get used to it. In fact, let's celebrate that with a Kopiko.
Yay!
Because how often does that happen? Okay, and that's the, not, that would otherwise be the, right? If it were agreeing with both. Okay. Okay. I am on board.
All right.
Whew. And today, being on this side,
Yeah.
I'm in charge of the Kopiko distribution.
I mean, we could always move them over here, but
Really? As I look at your side?
well, we'd have
Really?
to, we'd juggle things around, but we could if you didn't want that responsibility.
Please, I get to choose which ones we get.
Mm.
Woo!
Cheers.
Cheers. Yours is upside down, but that's all right.
Oh man.
Oh, Mateus. Well, we are sorry to see you go, but we hope that you are more awake next week and enjoy your rest.
Kopiko, the flavor of discord. Okay.
But also, man, I am tired today too, and so my brain is not on it. This is why I swear at some point when I have all the extra time in the world, I'm going through and glossing every one of these examples, including their historical form, so that way when we look at an example, we're like, this is what we were doing. That won't take very long, right? That's not going to take me so many hours that I'll never get all the other work done, right? The reality of life.
Yeah. I just think glossing is overrated. Sorry.
But half the time we don't know where one root ends and the next one begins, and then we don't know what root it's based on.
I mean, you just add more examples. I think it's a better way of doing it.
Really? Because if we had that glossed, we would have not asked any questions except for like 2.
Yeah,
As it was, it took us like 20 minutes to track down what we were doing.
But would we have known what to do, though? I don't know.
Minnie, sorry, we went a little fast there, but enjoy your Kopiko.
I just look at a lot of conlang grammars with conlangers going gloss boss on them. And it's just like, it just looks like gobbledygook at a certain point. It's not helpful. It's just the bunch of stuff.
And as people see in mine, I'm a fan of glossing.
Also, glossing is analysis, and it is not neutral.
You know what else isn't neutral? Actually creating a language. You take a stance.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, glossing is, it's not actually using the language. It's imposing a structure on it that might not be there.
If glossing is good enough for Matthew Dreyer, it's good enough for me.
Wow.
Miles has a question. It's hard for me to see from this side of the...
If a language is polypersonal agreement for third-person arguments divided by noun class, could only the subject agent be marked if both verbal arguments are in the same class? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm thinking of Swahili. I'm pretty sure they mark both.
Well, I will say that, and just say I may not have understood the question.
So, for example, like if a Swahili sentence, it's a silly sentence, and so I apologize for it. But like, the knife stabbed the book. For example, they're both in the same class. They're both in the key class. I'm pretty sure that you would list both as of the agent and the patient in the verb. You couldn't just only list the agent and say...
And have it apply to both.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
That's a guess, though. It's a guess, though. So... all right, well...
I will say that in Miniche, there's bipersonal agreement. And it's across the board. There's different forms for whether... And there's different noun classes. And gotta know all the pieces of information.
Yes, it did. I got that many, so thank you.
All right. What next? We got our extremely complicated example finished, right?
Yeah, we did. And so that means yes/no questions are done, which leaves relative clauses, if we want to do anything with adverbs, participles, and question words, things like that. You can do that.
As a side note, going back to the adverb really quickly, if we do have adverbs, would they be at the end?
For natural ones, derived ones, I don't know, they could be first.
Okay.
Or before the verb. The truth is, and you know what? I'm just going to write this down. Adverbs come in three types. Temporal. What are the other two?
Location, manner. Spatial, manner.
Temporal, spatial, and monoral.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Is there a word for this?
Manner.
That ends in ol?
No, it's just manner.
Spatial and manner. Most manner adverbs, the ones we tend... Oh, look, it's agreement. Those ones. The ones we tend to think of as adverbs in English, ending as they often do in ly, are taken care of by verbal suffixes, or let's say verbal derivations. Consequently, there isn't really a standard way of forming manner adverbs. That is something I am suggesting, and I think we should stick with it. I'm going to make that. Yeah.
Much better.
Mm-hmm.
I like that too, because then it's not that other manners can't be expressed. It's just it would be like a full phrase that would be added. And I rather appreciate that.
Yeah, so for temporal and spatial, I mean, we'll have to do something for that, but we can talk about that later. So
we could also have a very small class of them where it's really just, something representing like here, there, whatever.
Traditionally, temporal adverbs occurred. Sentence. Finally. Many spatial adverbs are actually a composite of, are actually formed by putting a particular noun in a particular case, in which case, they would occur at the same place. Now, this is getting overly complex. They would appear where nouns ordinarily appear in a sentence.
I thought you were trying to use case and spatial as many times as possible. A particular noun in a particular case, in which case they would spatially appear where nouns in that case appear spatially in the sentence spatial case.
Such causal adverbs will be noted in their respective nominal dictionary entries.
Nice. Man alive.
Okay. Let's leave that for the time being. Let's
Would
leave
you
relative
rather-
clauses for later. Yeah.
I was just gonna ask, would you rather tackle relative clauses or content word questions?
Yeah, I want to do that because I think this is going to be easy.
Although you're not in the right section yet.
No, I'm not.
There we go.
So we have a number of things we can do here, and I am in favor of. There was a faster way to do this, so I chose this way. I'm in favor of having like a base adjective / noun. We have some of those actual adjectives, and that can just apply to a bunch of things. Oh yeah. Forgot about that, huh? But
So if you scroll
being
up-
one of these. Oh, these are just
None of them.
phonological classes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
There aren't actually. So if you scroll up, that introduction says we don't have adjectives.
Right. But yeah, what I want to do is one of these prefixes.
Okay. Prefixed on something like.
Yeah.
Okay.
For all of our WH words. So the first thing that we need to do is come up with that prefix. And I think those all come from nouns, don't they?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why
So-
there's this whole extra section of nouns in the document, because I wanted to keep those entries together so we remembered what protoforms to list them with.
And the noun that it originally can come from can just mean what, and we could just say that it's not used anymore. An antiquated word a noun that just meant what, and now it means you have to use it in conjunction with other stuff or it doesn't get used. Mm-hmm. So which section are our adjective thingies? These.
Like I pointed it out.
Well, you pointed it out, but I'll tell you one thing that you didn't do.
But you need to also say nouns that become adjectives, because I don't have them listed up here in the noun section separately.
That's fine.
Okay.
But we know that we don't have old nouns. Look at that. That's cute. Funny for a possum. And that means serious, fastidious. That's brilliant. I love that. What a nice thing to have in this language.
I love that you don't remember that.
No, I don't remember it at all. It's very funny.
My word. Okay, so does that mean you don't remember when we kind of almost made Natalie's name a word in our language, where wet snail is like not tootie?
Oh, that's right. I don't remember that now.
Okay. I love that there are all these things you're just like, no, don't remember. Okay, so in old form that meant what, and is now just a prefixed form because the original form has dropped out. So to actually say what, it'll have to join with something.
Yeah, and so I guess we want to ask what consonants and vowels have we used the least?
I'll tell you what we've used the most.
Okay.
We got a lot of wa, a lot of wo, a lot of the, a lot of thu, a whole lot of ths. We need to just stay away from that. We have a lot of m's going on because our case markers, and then quite a few verbs that end up being used as prefixes. We've got some may and me and so on going on. So we've got a lot of those, which is why when we look at examples, we confuse ourselves because there's so much overlap. I don't think we have as much F going on in terms of case marking.
Yeah, it's also, we do have a prefix that starts with F, though, and our negator is F.
Which never shows up. Rarely. Only in negative reduplication would that F show up. Oh.
What about G or J? What about G or J? What about J? What about J? What about J? It could be y, e, n, and which would come out as J, because it would lower before the nasal, and then that would make it a type, what, C? Adjective?
Sure. I just wanted to correct myself. The negation, that F indeed never shows up, even in reduplication. The only reason it shows up in one form is because it was the last sound of the protoform. And so it's not actually the F that is negated. The negation F never appears in this language.
Wow. It wouldn't it appear if there was something that occurred after negation that began with a vowel?
But that doesn't happen.
It could.
This smile is one I'm afraid of.
Okay.
Oh, whose birthday is it?
Oh no, it's Zachary. I think you already have his birthday listed on there.
Oh, okay.
Did you know this?
No.
Well, Naninaya, it's your birthday tomorrow?
If so, happy birthday.
Yeah, and that needs to go on the list.
I want to get verification before I add it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were you suggesting? Sorry. Class C, you said je, because it came from a Y.
Class C is a voicing class, and so I think it was correct. I think it's correct, but I don't remember. We need to see which one of our adjectives ends with a nasal. Wait, that's not them. Where are they? Here we go. None of them? Fun. Right?
Right, as a prefix, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the 28th. Okay. Putting that down. Happy birthday.
Woo!
And how do I say this right? Wananinaya?
Wananinaya, yeah.
Nice. Okay, that's January. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Fortifying class. This is it. So it's class B.
I don't think I have Zachary's birthday.
What?
What day is your birthday, Zachary?
And then, yeah, so class B.
It's on a Wednesday. I know that, but I don't see you on my list. Okay.
Let's do, make sure that I was correct about this.
Oh, with the actual form. J.
Yep.
You just wanted the first half of my name to be.
What? Thought it'd be cool. What? Thought it'd be cool. Thought it'd be cool.
Oh, 23rd of next month. Got it. Thank you. Whoops. If I can type correctly.
Oh, these all have low tones in them too because they're IPA.
Yeah, which you'll notice they aren't all IPA. Some of them, if you look at them, aren't. We weren't sure what we were going to do romanization wise at the beginning, and so there's sort of a mix where we then flip over, and it's not there anymore. So.
Do we want it to mean what in the proto, or do we want it to mean something concrete?
I feel like it's better to have it potentially mean something, but at the same time, it doesn't have to. It could just be lost to time.
Yeah. You grab the...
Oh gosh, that's... Okay, can you hold that?
Yeah. So everybody can see the glasses that Jesse put in the corner, the glasses that were supposed to go on you.
Did you want just the one that you like to pull out, or
no.
do you want the whole stack?
No, none of those.
Oh, which one do you want?
I want the World
Lexicon of Grammaticalization.
Yeah.
Put that there. And I would like to argue that no, it is not in the wrong place. It is exactly where I want it. And so.
What is?
My glasses on my laptop.
Yeah.
I put my glasses on the corner for my own reasons. Just because you would have put them elsewhere doesn't make my decision to put them there incorrect.
It reminded me of my big fat Greek wedding when they bring the bundt cake and the family has no idea what to do with it, and so they put a plant inside of it.
Okay. I'm just saying I like, but whatever.
No, I know. I'm sorry for teasing. And I also am sorry that I keep elbowing you. That's not my intention.
So.
Okay, that's not... what do they call these? Does Q come before P in our alphabet?
It comes after P.
It does come after P. Okay. So, like...
Oh my gosh.
Where is it? Here we go. W question. Person, thing. That's it. It can come from person or thing.
I mean, we could make it mean thing and then have the new word for thing be something like related to, I don't know, stick or something.
Well, actually, we something that a potential idea here could have reduplicated it and then analogized that it was a prefix.
Oh, sure. So like JJ means thing?
It would actually be JJ, I believe. Let me confirm.
Waiting. This is exciting.
Yeah, JJ. That's pretty cool. Because of the N.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, Minnie, there has to be a report on what food you're bringing back.
I really just had a craving to go to one of those food mall places that they have at SFA with you. I liked the 2 times we did that.
Okay.
I did.
When did I ever take you to the food mall?
No, inside on campus, There was a sandwich place, and then once I got a little coffee. You remember? A little coffee drink.
Right, but I don't think we ever actually ate on campus, did we?
Yeah.
Oh,
what did you think? Did you think I got it there and then left?
No, I thought we only ever ate at like the fancy restaurants like Whataburger.
No, we done it. All right, let's go back to WH questions. Okay.
So really realizing that the logo is kind of like right on my face. We'll have to check the positioning.
Oh, right.
We'll worry about that later.
Yeah. Okay. Question words in Woku are formed by prefixing J to various nouns.
And then do we want to mention here
Yeah.
that J is a class C?
B.
B.
J class B to various nouns. Where there is not a conventional interpretation, the interpretation is which X. I will italicize that. And we'll have an example of that below.
Awesome.
Okay, so let's actually start with what instead of who.
Makes sense.
And I don't think that we need these. We don't need these for this language. Would you like to do me a little favor, Steve?
And keep deleting those?
Yeah. Okay, so J. Of course, these are backwards. J, and then me, and then whatever the past tense of that is.
It really wants to highlight too much when I try to highlight to delete. Okay, so those are now deleted out.
Okay, and then help me do this part. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be the natural case for that. For who, we're going to change it to the agent. So who ate the barley corn?
And the nga is, sorry, I was deleting and not really paying attention.
No. Let's not mess around with that. Let's just do the mouse. Okay. What did the mouse eat? And then can we make sure that this gets into the singular positive perfect?
One moment, please. Singular positive perfect would be me vo. I believe only has scurried. But I believe that is because that ended in an M.
Yes.
And so that's why it had to be a B before the vo. This comes from woon, and woon would become vo, correct?
Yeah, and then me, it doesn't have a coda, right?
It's a P.
Okay, so it's yeah. So yeah, me will. Okay, what did the mouse eat? All right, good. And now.
And are we gonna worry about cases? Are we gonna assume that what could be natural or unnatural?
No, it's
given all.
We're gonna make it so that we're always using the natural case where possible.
Okay.
So
good.
As an object, that'll be this, and that's why we're gonna change this to who ate the barley corn.
Okay.
So, and then of course we also need to. And barley corn is
C high tone, yeah. Okay. And then.
Yeah, and so here we need to start coming up with forms.
Oops. Actually, interesting. For who? Like would their base like form for person be based on mouse?
Or nose.
Like what nose? Because that's the one we use for reflexive, right? Nose.
Yeah. Never mind then. Okay, well let's.
And I'm verifying that. Yes, G is nose, and that is where we get our reflexive.
And then is that the protoform for mouse? Tsuki?
Let me go up. I believe that is correct, but I am. Oh no, it is not at all. Ejective C.
Ejective C.
EW. KI.
EW. See what it comes out as. Really?
It's exactly the same.
I guess it's only the fricatives that get fortified. Jichiki. 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 Now we can have my vowel dropping. It would become, Zhitski, 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 and then the tsk would drop out, and so it'd be Shiki.
Which makes more sense, yeah.
Yep. What do you think?
My stomach agrees.
All right.
That was
if you like it, we need to write down its etymology somewhere.
Okay. And the first one was just what? Okay. Second one is Jin plus Chuki becomes J. Should be low tone, right?
No, because it's deleting the ch.
Because
and
we
so now it's
decided
becoming
the
a coda.
low tone, it became a coda. Okay.
Yeah.
J key means who. Okay. I've got WH word section with protoforms.
Okay, good. Okay, next we have where. What are our cases? Just remind me.
Oh my goodness, we've got so many cases.
We do, but I don't know if any of them are useful.
Allative,
Ablative,
locative.
and locative. We do have a locative. Okay.
And the locative comes from to sit.
All
of them come from verbs.
Okay, so Darkhorse suggested what foot, and that could be. Do we happen to have a word for foot already? Because I think we might.
I don't think so, actually. No.
No, okay. But like more generic would just be like place, or what are some other places that are mousy?
That's a verb. I was going to say we have burrow, but that's verb. To burrow.
I don't mean ones that we've already created, just in like generic. What are some mousy places? Place to hide seeds for winter, home. Hole.
Right.
What's the word for one of those back there?
A mouse hole?
Is that a hole?
Well, that's why I was looking at burrow, because I was like, wouldn't that kind of be a tunnel? A burrow, a tunnel, I think we just call them mouse hole.
Bale of hay.
Nice.
And then, like even more generic ones are pieces of that. So often you'll see side wall, floor, dirt. Mice are burrowing animals. I think you mean burrowing, right? Nest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do create nests.
Yeah.
We could have like.
They don't roll.
No, they don't. Bed. I'm glad you're excited about that.
I'm super excited. I'm leaning towards nest.
I like nest. I think we should do that.
Okay. All right. So we've got Jeki. What do we like for nest? Bear in mind, if it starts with a fricative, it will be fortified. Actually, also, it starts with a glide, I think. Jesse, it's me, your phone. You haven't looked at me in an hour.
Goodness. Missed quite a few text messages.
I want to see what happens to W when it follows the nasal. Okay, so bv. So we get that BV if it starts with a W. I'll do a couple of these just so that we can see what happens. We don't have a Z in the proto, right?
We do not. That's only a modern thing.
And then let's see what happens with the. I don't think anything happens with the ejective ones. I think they stay, but. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so we have va for W. We also have v for F. S becomes ev. That's awesome.
Yeah, it
and
is.
Then nothing happens to the ejectives.
Try.
Oh, right. There's also the regular. Yeah, that also. Oh, that becomes regular th. Because it starts as a stop. Interesting. So we actually do distinguish eth and ev in this language. Wow. Interesting.
That's very interesting. I'm trying to remember why we have a Z in the first place.
I am trying to remember that as well, and I'm coming up empty.
Because I thought it would be in a case like this.
I thought so too, but it looks like here it's becoming ev.
Okay.
Where would we have Z?
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
After, it should be proto-fricatives S and F voiced to Z and V after coda R in Ingma, Inye, or
R. So Marcy would become Mazi. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we do have a Z. All right. What if it started with a vowel? It absolutely could start with a vowel. And it looks like that's the only suggestion we've gotten so far. So nest starting with a vowel, what do you think?
Sure.
What sounds like a nice...
I should give this up for right now, but I'm curious why Yin-soon is not Jezo.
I think it's because what happens is the S voices to a Z, then an epenthetic stop is inserted between the N and the Z, and so it becomes DZ.
And then that
DZ becomes Eth.
Okay. I'm okay now.
Oh, there's an idea.
Yours is kind of fun.
Let's see what happens. Jinaza. Okay, that's really cool, but you know what? I'm thinking of something right now. Where is going to appear in a lot of cases, and so it's going to end up being really long. Maybe we should have it be shorter and save Jinaza for something else.
Because that's a good word.
Yeah, it's really good. I really like Jinaza.
Okay, I'm going to put it down as one of our protoforms, but with no meaning.
Yeah.
So Jean plus, and then that was Irsa, became G high tone, Na low tone, Za high tone.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we need something super short. How about like just like E-K, ik. Or
that would be,
if we want low tone.
That would be Genie.
Wouldn't be Gine?
No, it'd be Genie. You said EK, right?
Yeah. Ooh, I need to look at our.
Oh, you meant
the letter E.
You meant the letter E.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pronounced
Gine. Let's see. Can we get something with ah?
We can, yes. I'm double checking. Yeah, those just did that. Do you want high tone or low tone?
I don't know. What sounds more like where to you? Gina? Gina.
Sorry, it's reminding me of Miniche, where the question word is Gina.
Oh, that's right.
And so that makes me very happy. I think it should be Gina.
Okay. So that gives us A-F, A-S.
And I think it should be Ung.
A-Angma. I like that. So Ung is going to be nest. And I assume we're doing in C2 here, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should mention that. Question words occur in C2. There we go.
Okay. So that is G plus G no. Where?
Okay. Oops. Put it in the wrong thing. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay, where did we're gonna need at least a different one of these to illustrate it with different cases. So where did the mouse eat the barley corn? And this needs to be in the locative.
Okay. Locative is going to take a ku.
Yes.
Adjective. Low tone.
Okay, and there's no change.
Versus like, where did the mouse slide or something? Like, where did the mouse slide to or slide from?
Yeah. Yeah, where did the mouse slide? This will take... never mind. Yeah. I do want to take a look really quickly at our cases, because the classes...
Page 15.
The classes might be relevant, depending on what we chose for our forms. Yeah,
because I feel like we would need allative ablative, locative, and superessive would be the four relevant ones for this, right?
And then let's see if, okay, maybe not that. Hold on a sec. Yeah, because yin. Okay, that's not. But ooh, all right. Okay, so this is just something that we need to know when we start making noun entries, which we can do, like, you know, nowish. When it comes to the principal parts, we need to list the allative, because in some instances, this is going to come out as G instead of G. But that's the only one that's going to change, I think. We have to go back to the classes and determine that.
Also, as we're thinking about this, we may want to like put a pin in all the different forms of where, and think about what we're going to pull our patrons on. And then come back to this if we have time.
I was thinking we'd either do something for orthography or we do a number system. Because one thing we might have done is we might have done a poll with this, but then there was too much time left, so we decided to do some of it. So let's do either number system or orthography. And you know what? How about this?
I feel number system.
Patron poll, number system, or... And of course I have to
Should actually... I do the poll because it like killed it every time you tried to type last time?
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, you do it. Sorry.
This was just what you were going to ask, right? Patron poll,
yeah.
Number system or orthography? Yeah. Okay.
All right, and then the olatives, of course. Does the olative have high tone or low tone? I think it has high tone, right?
I will pull that chart back up. Okay, olative is G, high tone.
Yeah, okay. All right, that's enough to get us going. So now, do we want to do when for our Ginaza?
Oh, yes. Yeah, let's do when.
Yeah. Why isn't that Jinyaza?
Because, just a second, let me... We can also pull it out, do the step by step.
Yeah.
Becomes, because what was it was IR, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, it does appear to be Jinya.
Okay.
But if that happens at the, then it would be Jia. Because it happens at the same time coda is simplified, and so the N should disappear.
Oh.
And so it should just be Jiaza. I guess it depends on which chart we decided to come first.
And then glide decimation.
Oh.
The glide is killed after a nasal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like the sound of Jinaza, so.
Yeah, so do I. Okay.
I'm going with it.
Yeah, that's it's complex for like it'll be complex for people reading it, but you know.
Okay, and this is going to be when?
Sorry. Maybe.
Oh, so I'm going to still do WHXXX something. Okay. If you haven't voted yet, get your vote in on what the patrons should be voting about. vote about the vote.
Mm-hmm.
I'll cut it off here in a minute, just so that way we can have it. We only have 8 votes outstanding, but those 8 votes could totally rock it. So
for when, I kind of like this heartbeat idea.
I do like that too.
Irsa.
Yeah. Okay. Doing it.
All right.
It's happening.
Okay.
And then that would end up. Oh, just on its own as a word, it would still be yasa, right? Because the glide wouldn't be decimated.
Yes. Yaza.
Ya.
Za.
Za. Like that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm stopping the vote.
Oh, you are?
Oh, I thought we were closer to the end. We're getting close to the end. Okay.
Yeah, I know, but like, look, it's like separated by one vote,
okay,
and not
so,
everybody's voted, or have they? How many people are watching right now? Yeah, there's still some votes out there.
Okay, so David says let it go. We're just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
That would be yaza. Oh, that is lovely. I do like that.
Okay.
When did the mouse
Eat the
and then
barley corn.
eat? Yeah. Barley corn should be 2 words.
I tried, it didn't keep up.
I'm telling you, you touched the poll thing over there, and it just killed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so which could be taken care of, right? Because didn't you say that?
Oh yeah, look at this. This web page is using significant energy. Closing it may improve the responsiveness of your Mac. Okay, we got a couple more votes in, and they were for numbers. So, but yeah, I really should never touch that.
There are still some outstanding. You want me to keep letting it go?
I'm just trying to guess. I wish they'd tell you more than percentages. I don't think that with what's left. Well, maybe.
I wonder if I can.
The other thing is that number isn't accurate.
Wait, that's just end. Oh, bye, Beatrice. Hope you have a good week.
Bye.
Stay grammar. But okay, so what I was asking though, like which you had said that the J prefix could actually be used. I thought you said something like it could end up being used for which as well, because it's like, what barley corn did the mouse eat? Eat.
You're right, so I can do that one real quick. We should, and also how, I want people to start thinking about this. We're going to use the instrumental, and so it'll be like using what blank did the mouse eat the barley corn.
I like that. Do we want to take a note that it's going to be instrumental?
I mean, I think that's obvious, but...
Okay. And then that would end up being what, like... Jézithi? Jézithi?
I believe so.
Jézithi. Ooh.
Jézithi? You can double check, but... Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so now we are in 1 minute left. I'm ending the poll. Good.
What is barley corn?
Seethi.
But like...
And that's its protoform too. Seetsi is its protoform.
Seetsi.
Yeah. Okay. And ending poll in 3, 2, 1. And done. Okay. Really, I think at that point, all it could have been done was tied it, and then we would have chosen. But it will be about numbers. Okay, how does it? Ooh.
Oh,
Jézithi?
nice done. Yeah, so Jézithi, that's right. Okay. Which barley corn did the mouse eat? It's 4 p.m. on the West Coast. And so, yeah, next time for how... we might have more than one of these. with what blank or by what road.
Okay. And then I put a note in the WH words, something in instrumental for how.
All right.
So good. All right. So thank you all for another great stream. We look forward to seeing you all next week. And if you're a patron, remember Saturday is our patron live stream at noon Pacific time. And February 1st, get ready for a new live stream to drop. So, live stream. Podcast. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Until then, stay grammar.
Yeah. This was a really productive session.
It was.
All right.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.